Hi, Acadiana. I'm Meteorologist Dave Baker. On this Tuesday evening, September the 10th, let's talk Tropics-Hurricane Francine. Yes, you heard it, Hurricane Francine. It became a hurricane this evening and may strengthen a little bit more as it continues to move off toward the northeast and eventually will be making landfall somewhere over the South Louisiana coast. Right now, it looks like very close to Morgan City or over going into portions of Terrebonne parish is where we could see this system making landfall on Wednesday. And there's a look at the satellite imagery. You can see it's looking a little bit better organized, at least by its look. And there's the floating satellite that goes over that as the sun's going down. You lose some of that daylight and you start to see the definition of that tropical system as it continues to move on toward the northeast. There's a quick look at the radar here locally. And we are seeing some light rain and drizzle across most of Acadiana. We'll take a little bit of a radar tour. We're going to go down here to Corpus Christi, and you can see we're starting to see that center of circulation, and even better, you can see that there on the Brownsville radar too. So over the next several hours, we are going to be seeing this kind of lifting off toward the northeast. It is going to be starting to pick up forward speed as well, so we expect the hurricane to make its way closer to the Louisiana coastline sometime on Wednesday, probably Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, before that starts to slide off toward the north. But because we are looking at the weaker type of hurricane that may be making landfall and also pushing a little bit farther to the east, some of the watches, or rather the warnings, have been discontinued. The hurricane warning that was for Lafayette Parish has now been downgraded to a tropical storm warning. But you can see there East Cameron, Vermilion, St. Martin, Iberia, and going into St. Mary and Lower St. Martin, and then our parishes over the basin areas and going over toward Baton Rouge are still under a hurricane warning. That's that brighter red, and the darker red that you're seeing there that covers Lafayette, Acadia, Jeff Davis, Allen, Evangeline, over toward St. Landry and Avoyelles, and then parishes east of there, Point Capee. We are going to be seeing a tropical storm warning there for those areas. So there's a look at the current position and forecast track. This is the newest position that we got at 7 o'clock this evening, 25.8 north, 94.8 west. Winds are at 75 miles per hour, pressure down to 982, and it's moving to the northeast at around 10 miles per hour. And you can see the coordinates there on the left-hand side of your screen. As far as the tropical storm force winds, we think those are going to start to arrive tomorrow morning on the coast, and primarily the best chance for tropical storm winds will be in those areas that are within the hurricane warning, and a few of those folks, especially into Iberia and St. Mary, at least locally, and then over toward Terrebonne Parish off toward the east. Those are the areas that are more likely to see hurricane force winds. So the storm surge warning is still in effect for the Louisiana coastline. We are looking at a 5 to 10 foot storm surge over parts of the Louisiana coastline east of the Rockefeller Wildlife Refuge, and then going farther off toward the east. And rainfall could be quite extreme as well, with the possibility of up to 8 inches of rain in our eastern parishes, and then that drops off very quickly as you get back toward the Texas state line, where some of those areas could possibly see less than an inch of rain. And the flood risk is there as well, and across most of the Acadiana region, it's a slight risk, with the moderate risk off toward the east and then going toward New Orleans, and the heavier rains then starting to push into portions of South Mississippi. There's a look at the forecast track models for the hurricane models. Again, they're pretty clustered there, anywhere from the eastern part of Vermilion Bay going eastward over to around Terrebonne Bay, and that's where we're going to be seeing the better chances of storm surge. So I wanted to kind of go into the details real quick about storm surge in St. Mary Parish. And one of the things that you're going to notice on this map right in here is the areas that are within the levee. So that's going to be the Patterson, Berwick, and then over toward Morgan City. But then as you look into the coastal parishes, Franklin's right here, Baldwin's right here, You can see there could still be some storm surge values getting over 6 feet. That's in the orange color. And then yellow would be at the minimum of 3 feet and then 1 foot in the areas in blue. So as you get up here to Jeanerette, New Iberia, you're outside of the storm surge zone. But it has improved, at least here over parts of Iberia Parish going into Vermilion, where rather than seeing a 5 to 7 foot storm surge, which was forecast earlier, we're looking at more of a 1 to 3 foot storm surge there. So much improved on the forecast, but still there will be some coastal flooding there. That also continues down to near Pecan Island, and then as you go westward, we are going to be seeing more of an offshore flow. So I'm sure there's a lot of folks that are relieved over in Cameron Parish, because some of the earlier forecasts, with more of a westerly track and a stronger system, was possibly going to be producing some considerably higher amounts of water when it comes to the storm surge. So that's what we're looking at right now. Again, our Hurricane Francine is continuing to move there in portions of the Gulf of Mexico. It is moving to the northeast at 10, 25.8 north, 94.8 west, and our winds are holding at 75 miles per hour. Well, I hope you enjoy Acadiana weather today, and Let's Talk Tropics. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications, and there are some of the links that go to my social media pages. Facebook is at Meteorologist Dave Baker, and on X, formerly Twitter, it's at Dave Baker TV. And of course on YouTube, it's at Acadiana Weather Today. I hope you all have a good evening. I'll update the 10 o'clock position on Facebook and on Twitter as well. And then we'll see Acadiana Weather Today starting tomorrow morning at 7:30. Let's Talk Tropics will probably go right around noontime, and then after that there will be some extra coverage on Wednesday as Hurricane Francine makes its way into southern parts of Acadiana and along the southeastern Louisiana coast. I'm Meteorologist Dave Baker. Stay safe tonight, and I will talk to you tomorrow.